Speaking of Tupac, man, how did you and Big Stretch first meet Tupac?
Well, like I said, Ed Lover, you know what I'm saying, that was our man. He brought us in, you know what I'm saying? And niggas, a lot of people don't know that Shock G is from Queens. He's from Fall Rock. And Shock G and Mark Sachs and Ed, they all grew up together, you know, in the band stuff and all that. You know what I mean? And they never lost touch with each other. So now when they in the music field, you know, uh, Shock moves to, he moves to Cali and all of that. And now when Ed got us and everything didn't really work out with the music, with the Def Jam and all that, he sends us to California to work with Shock, and we start doing beats for Shock. I mean, Ed really was trying to keep us off the street because Shock didn't need nobody to do no production for him. You know, he's well in house. He does everything, but that was Ed's
Right.
little, you know what I'm saying, getting us out the hood and shit. So we started with Shock, started fucking with Shock. We did the first single. No, we did a remix to the No Nose Job remix. We did a remix to that, and my brother featured on a song called Family Affair on that joint. But that's how we met Pac. You know what I'm saying? Like us, Live Squad, fucking with Shock G, Digital Underground. Pac was part of Digital Underground. You know, we all New York niggas. Shock New York, Pac New York. So it's like we had you know what I mean? We had a bond. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we got cool with Pac. And you know, while Shock is running around, that's the captain. You know, everybody else is behind, you know, until Shock say, let's go do this, do that. Everybody else is together. So that's how us and Pac got to be so close. And Pac was working on his stuff. You know what I'm saying? We produced, we all New York, then we all young. Y'all got to remember, we teenagers at this time. So that's how our bond started, and, you know, it never faded. All this stuff that everybody's talking about, this, that, and the other, that's the trolls. For everybody that it means something to, and you know what I'm saying, the real family, ain't none of that stuff that everybody's talking about means nothing to them. They ain't fucking with none of that. All of that is for the trolls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's news to me, man. I had no idea Shock G was from Queens, yo. That's
Yeah,
crazy, yo.
yeah.
So when did Biggie come in the picture?
Well, Big, that was Puff Artist. You know what I'm saying? That was Puff Artist. And, well, Big, when it comes to Big, we met Big through Pop. You know what I'm saying? Because when we first heard about Big, we didn't like Big. I ain't like we didn't like Big. We didn't like that there was another guy with that name, Biggie Smalls, because one of our guys' name was Biggie Smalls. So, you know, when Pac was telling us about him, we was like, who the fuck is Biggie Smalls? You know what I'm saying? But then when we got around him and he ended up being cool and shit and that, you know, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Live Squad, we became a Trinity. You know what I'm saying? We all opening up for Pac, you know what I'm saying? Big will come out, do party and bullshit, or we'll come out, do Heartless, he'll start party and bullshit, then Pac will start the show. You know what I'm saying? That was the Trinity, that was the Rat Pack. You know what I'm saying?
How did Tupac feel about Biggie at first, before the beef and all that? Like, how did he truly feel about Biggie when he was around y'all?
Like I said, we was a Trinity. We was all one crew. You know what I'm saying? That was fam. That was fam, my nigga, all day. All the way up to Pac, man, ain't nothing changed. Only thing that changed was Pac went to jail, he got shot, he was going through a lot of emotional shit. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to stay on top of his game and not let what happened to Slick Rick when he went to jail happen. You know what I'm saying? You know how we grew up. We grew up watching NWA break up and Cube and them selling millions of records by dissing each other. You know what I'm saying? He had to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying, while he was locked up and going through whatever he was going through. So it was the only thing that was just a little more serious than with Slick Rick. He got shot, he got locked up, you know what I'm saying? It's real for Pac. So y'all can't take everything that he said, you know what I'm saying, as it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He was going through a lot of shit. And remember, like I told y'all, we was teenagers and young men in our early 20s when all of this is going down that y'all saying. So you could do stuff and say stuff at 17 and 23 that you would never say in your 40s, in your late 30s, or you know what I'm saying? So That's what the world is going through with all this he say, she say, this, that, and the other with Pac. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the family and who it really counts, everything is still everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Manook, shout out H Rider, shout out the Outlaws, shout out my whole fam. You know what I'm saying? We out here, man. E-Money Bags to the death, Big Stretch forever, Gaddafi, Fatal Hussein, Big for life, man. We out here. E-Money Bags, Big Stretch. We out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still riding. Keeping the legacy going, you know what I'm saying? Grand Imperial Music. That's what we started. We here.
Right. I seen an interview from you, my man. You made a comment before. You said, Tupac and Biggie, they was cool or whatever, and you said that at one point Tupac started to feel a type of way about, Biggie as far as him taking his style.
Well, that's something I said that I peeped personally. You know what I'm saying? That I think, like, I know where the strikes came. Then when Pac got in that situation, you know what I'm saying, with the Brooklyn people, this, that, and the other, he took his little 3 strikes that he had on Big and put it all together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so tell me about that, yo. I mean,
well, I said I feel I know where, because I see personally, I know Pac had love for him. You know what I'm saying? I told you we was all running around together. That's our boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, Pac always rhymed about like having kind of a obsession with death. He always rhymed about, dying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So Biggie, when Biggie did I Don't Want to Live No More, I think it had death knocking at the front door. Then he named his album Ready to Die. Little stuff like that was like, those is like strikes that I say that was in Pac's mind. You know what I'm saying? And then one time we was all in the crib together, and I already know the genuine love Pac had for him. I'll tell you, one day we in the crib. The first crib he got was in Lithonia in Atlanta. We all out there, and Big's first video come on. Dolly Baby is him, Supercat, and somebody. But Big is on the song with Supercat and somebody else. I think y'all remember that song. If y'all don't, but yeah, it's a song that they did at a video. The video comes on, and we all in the crib watching the video on TV, and Pac, eyes is open, and he jumping around like we was so happy for Big. So you know what I'm saying? Like it was us, like it was him, like you know what I'm saying? So I knew he had mad love for Big. You know what I'm saying? So now, later on, as we going on with our careers and stuff, and Pac kind of like, we start the Thug Life movement and all that stuff, and I told you we was all opening up for Pac, this, that, and the other, so it wasn't like Pac was like, yo, I'm starting this Thug Life thing, we all down with it, it was just, he never said that, you know what I'm saying? It was just, we all crew, nigga, whatever movements we got, we all repping each other's movement, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he really said it, but one day he was reading some credits, and he was like, damn, man. I think he was reading some credits on something that Big, I don't know if it was the album or whatever. It might have been the album. Whatever. He's like, damn, man, nigga took my baby, and I can't even get a shout out. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I heard him say that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So that was a strike. Then the other stuff I told you, the song and naming the album Ready to Die, and then this Pac being a regular Gemini, you know what I'm saying? That all of that played a role. You know what I mean? And how he went about certain things. And that's what I know for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as I think about it, that baby, yeah, I think Tupac did say that.
Yeah, he the first one started that. You know what I'm saying? But when you crew, everybody rubs off on each other. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like Big took it. It was just, you know what I'm saying? That was the lingo. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Tupac felt like Biggie took his style on the song Everyday Struggle too, right?
Nah, he never had an issue with it. I'm saying that. Because that chorus was a Pac chorus. Big ain't never did no chorus like that. I don't want to live no more. I think I hear death knocking at the front door. Another day, another hug. Don't that sound like a Pac chorus?
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, it came out later when Pac was mad at certain things, and all of that was coming out. I'm like, look, I knew it. When he said it, I knew it. Talking about he's trying to take my style and be like me, this, that, and the other. That's where all that. I seen the beginning of where he was getting them thoughts from. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there. But that's about it, man. It wasn't no beef or nothing. Niggas ain't never had no beef. You know what I'm saying? That was all that media shit. Like when all that, whatever East Coast, West Coast was supposed to have been going on, I'm in California. I'm with Manuk and Syke, and I'm at Johnny J's funeral. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen, that shit didn't exist. That shit was all phony, man. That was all phony.